Hey everyone, welcome back to Streetball AllStars. Today's video is going to be especially for beginners. That's because today we are going to be talking about some of the best, well, to put it more specifically, to be more accurate, some of the cheesiest characters that you can use as a beginner, which are easy to control and will guarantee you better win rates because of just how cheesy those characters are and how hard it is to stop them for newer players. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're here at the PG section. By the way guys, before we start, I just want to say I'm not going to be discussing any cheesy characters that are beyond paywalls that you need to pay for with real money. I think that's stupid. We're going to be talking about characters that you can get with just rubies or gems, more specifically gems. Do not spend rubies on characters, it's not worth it. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about point guards first. So, two characters here jump up on who you actually want to pick when you're being a new player and you want easier wins. First character is going to be Nana. And the key word with Nana is just how easy it is for her to actually be used with others. Keyword being versatility. Nana is very versatile. She can work with almost any strategies that you have. If it's a pass back scorer, if it's just a pure scorer, if it's two big men, if it's a scorer and a small forward, she pretty much always works with just how versatile her skill set is. So that's why Nana is one of the best point guards that you can pick first, just because of how versatile she is. But another point guard that I want to give kudos to as well is Albert. See, Albert not only is a great passer, which already makes him a great point guard for newer players, but he also has the ability to use smart layup. New characters struggle trying to block smart layup. They struggle a lot, and even better, not only can Albert smart layup, but he can pass while using smart layup. So he has a lot of leeway when actually using the skill. This is why I want you to pick Albert as well. He's a great option as well, since he's not only a great passer, he's a great scorer, especially against newer players. So for point guards, it's going to be Nana and Albert. These guys are what you're going to want to pick if you want quick, cheesy, easy wins. Of course, as a new player. Alright, so next up we're on to the shooting guards. And of course, firstly, I think everyone already saw this coming. The shooting guard that you're gonna want to get to just get cheesy easy wins is Conan, and that's because of one skill in particular, toss dunk. Once a new player learns how to use toss dunk effectively when paired with a screen, you can pretty much beat any new players easily. You know, there's not really much explanation needed here. Conan, because of his toss dunk, just beats a lot of newer players. And the other SG that we'll be talking about is David. See, David in high tier can be shot down pretty easily by the defensive juggernauts there, or to be more exact, you know, the new OP defenders that they keep releasing. The new OP big men, but you know, whatever. But in lower tiers, with newer players, David is such a nightmare to defend. They really don't know how to defend him properly, and even if they are actually defending him good, he has such a stupid ability in jump stop shot where, you know, he can pretty much make any shot in your face, even if he doesn't have any extra mid-range on his stats. That's just how busted jump stop shot is for David, and that's why this is perfect for new players who are looking to cheese their way into higher ranks. David just shoots on so many people's faces and is so hard to block in time that, you know, it's just not a good idea to actually go up against this if you're a new player, but if you are a new player and you manage to get David, well, you're gonna get some easy wins. So again, with shooting guards, you're gonna want to get either Conan or David because both are pretty cheesy against new players. Alright, so for small forwards, there's also going to be two characters that I want to talk about. Firstly, it's going to be Camille. Now, Camille will take a little bit more skill, especially once you get to higher ranks, even though, it's still new. But Camille is such a great shooter because, he's just going to keep shooting on people's faces. It's pretty much the same thing as David. Camille just shoots so many two-pointers on people's faces that, it's pretty hard for new players to actually stop him, especially since he also has the cut dribble move ability. It just makes him move so much faster. I remember on when I was still pretty new with the game, I thought Camille was unstoppable because of how hard it was to actually block his shots. So yeah, for newer players, guarding Camille is going to be really hard, and that's why he's one of the characters that I recommend if you want to cheese your way to higher ranks. And of course, second character is going to be Dora. Dora used to be terrible, just straight up garbage, but after her buff, she was buffed real hard, and now new players are gonna have a terrible time trying to stop Dora. They are going to have such a hard time because of how many shots she's going to take on your face, and you can't block it because she's going to use a fadeaway. She's going to be a nightmare for new players to defend, and if you are the new player using her, you're gonna have an easier time against them because she is pretty cheesy for newer characters. So again, with small forwards, I recommend that you get either Camille or Dora for their ability to keep shooting on everyone's faces and being hard to block in general. Alright, so for power forwards, there are also two characters that I want to mention. Firstly, the more better, and I'd say just more versatile character to choose as well would be Alto. Alto is just a better and more versatile player because he is good defensively with his quick grabbing block and actually enhanced block, so that's very good against dunking. But he also has diving block, so he's really good against blocking shots as well. And he also has lightning dunk, which makes him almost impossible for new players to stop on offense if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, Alto pretty much do it all. And so new players who get him, as long as they don't become overzealous, as long as you guys don't overextend and jump on every fake that your enemy gives you, you're gonna do a lot of damage with Alto. Alto is just a monster all around and very much cheesy. So I do recommend him for new players. And the other character that I will recommend is Lightning. So if you're new with Lightning, you're still going to be very effective against new players, but you're gonna get shot down by higher tier players. But yeah, if you're new with Lightning, you're still going to be able to actually dunk on newer players. All you have to do is do close dunks or double pump dunks, mix it up. That's all you have to do. Lightning is very cheesy, especially for the newest characters. They're gonna have a hard time trying to stop a competent Lightning, even though that Lightning is new. As long as you actually mix it up, it's going to be very hard for a new big man to try and block you as a Lightning. So offensively, you are going to be a monster if you do unlock Lightning. So again, for power forwards, it's going to be Lightning and Alto that I want for you guys to try, since again, they are both very cheesy. Lastly, for centers, there's also going to be two characters that I want to talk about. So firstly, we'll talk about Vanessa. See, Vanessa is the best rebounder in the game, where to rebound, all you have to do is the spam rebound button. That's pretty much it. You just have to keep clicking it at the right time and you're gonna do very well. So Vanessa is really good for newer players because she is the best rebounder in the game, and rebounding is the most important part about a big. The more rebounds you get, the better you actually, get your team to be. So rebounding is very, very important. And since Vanessa is the best at that, I do recommend that newer players get her because her rebounding is very cheesy. It's the best in the entire game, and it's very easy to master how to use Vanessa. Also, she's pretty good at defense too when it comes to blocking shots, so there's that as well. It's another bonus. And lastly, the other character that I want to talk about as well is Emma. Now, rebounding wise, she's actually not as powerful as Vanessa, but she makes up for it with her incredible skillful screen and just her overall support when it comes to actually helping out his shooting teammates. Emma is just such a great team player that I recommend any characters or any players who actually want to support their teammate as a big man to always get Emma. Emma is a really great character, and I very much recommend her to newer players. See, she isn't exactly the most cheesiest, but once you master how to use her and how to support your teammates with her, you're going to be very, very effective, especially against newer players. So yeah, with centers, I recommend Vanessa for being the best rebounder in the game, or Emma for being the best support for any shooters in the entire game. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something new. I hope that this video has been helpful, and I hope that you've been entertained somehow, and I'll catch you on the next one.